I was 22 years, so I died. The devil has a way of manipulating Christians. The devil is not on his mission to fight to win. He only fights to kill, to steal, and to destroy. The devil is not interested that you worship him. The devil power lies in deceit. Then he dominates through our own power. He draws from the well of our resources by which God has released to us in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 to dominate over the earth. So the devil drew from the well of that power which was given to man. As long as you are being deceived by the Satan, you are going to be a devil captive. In that question, why is it that when one is already a Christian, they are still telling you that you have a foundational problem, that the powers of your ancestors, that idols that your ancestors worship is calling you, telling you to come and worship them, or is frustrating you, or is attacking you, or is pulling you down, is not allowing you to prosper in life, or is not allowing you to prosper in marriage, or to get married to the right man or the right person to marry, or to prosper in ministry, or to just prosper in every all round, or to even give birth. There are some persons that have gone to river, they will do some kind of settlement to their ancestral gods, through the water spirit. They call it a spiritual wife or spiritual husband, so they have to settle them in order to allow the physical husband to now marry them. Now you now discover that even when you settle them, you literally worship them. So on that account, you worship them. What happens is that this idol keep coming back for more worship, kind of you recognizing them, because you have already initiated a recognition to them. So you have to keep on renewing that covenant by which you have established by going to serve them, or going to associate with them, or to settle them. This is it. Being a Christian is not an association. It is an intimacy. It is a relationship encounter. That is what makes you a Christian. So the problem here is that a lot of us is more common to a lot of us who grow to become a Christian than the ones who get converted from a different religion. These people that get converted understand the value of Christianity, because the truth is that when they get converted, the only thing that makes them to be converted is the power of encounter. So from the encounter, they engage with intimacy. Paul had an encounter. He saw Jesus. The lightning that emits from Jesus' appearance to him, it shut down his retinary. On that account, he went and he got healed. The man he was persecuting got encounter with him, and that changed the whole narrative for him. Now you notice that Paul encounter convinced him he was ready to die more than any other person. He was ready to carry that gospel with all zeal, with all authorization. He was ready to carry the gospel to anywhere, and he actually did. The zeal was eating him up. It was draining him. It was consuming him. Because why? Encounter brings about intimacy. Some of you here, you are from the day one you were born till today, you don't have encounter with Jesus. You have not decided that, I want to really have an encounter with Jesus. On that account, it's easier for such person to live in sin. I read in a documentary that Paul used to have a girlfriend. When he got converted, he left his girlfriend to Reuben, his friend, and Reuben took over. And Paul decided never to get married. He remained like that all throughout his ministry. Why is this kind of level of zeal? It's encounter. That is big different from when somebody converted from a different faith to Christian faith and become a Christian. Such person is more than the one that was born as a Christian. I will explain. The reason why they are more is because they had encounter. See, there is something that can convince somebody out of his religion where he was born. Just like you now that is a Christian, it is hard for you to leave Christianity to another religion if not encounter. If you had encounter with a deity, with a demon, and that demon tend to show you something that look like you've never seen that thing before as a Christian, and you saw things, you will give up your Christianity. A lot of people that have become idol worshippers, meanwhile they were born as a Christian. What happened is because of encounter they had. And the same way that somebody that was an idol worshipper become a Christian is not something that will just happen. It's an encounter. So So this encounter can happen different aspects. It can come as a dream. It can come as a physical thing you can know. It can come as appearance of Jesus coming. Let me give you an instance. When I was 16 years, I had an encounter I saw Jesus with my two eye. This is not closing eyes, no revelation. So that day I came back from school. I was very much younger. I don't know anything about my calling, but my mom did, because I learned that my mom told me that when he got married, 3 months later, he didn't have any sign of conception. So he went to an altar and prayed and asked God that, give me this son, give me this child. If you give me, I'm giving it back to you. After a while, she conceived, and that was me. So she already know that she made a vow. And growing up, when I was very little, maybe about less than 3 years, I was sick. So they rushed me to hospital. They couldn't treat me. So they brought me to a place, a prophetess, where they make prayers. So they gave her the message that I'm a great man of God. All right. So she already know. She connected it back to her vow, so she know where it's coming from. But that is by the way now. I didn't know about myself. I didn't have anything about myself. I wasn't told. I was very little. My mom wouldn't have told me. I'm trying to tell you the reason why people have conviction and they never fail. There is something. There is encounter. If you are a Christian and you easily fail as a believer, it means you never had encounter before. All you need is encounter. So I was going. I saw a cross. And a cross, like that is Jesus, because I've grown up to see a cross of Jesus. But this time around, he was wearing a thumb kind of crown, like I used to see it on the cross. So he was shaking, he was crying. Blood was gushing out, he was crying in my front. There I looked the other way, I saw gaskets full of people. So I saw 2 faces that I know. I came back, I was telling my mom. My mom became so scared. I was telling my mom there was a woman that was by my side. So she had told my mom there is a place that she usually goes for prayer on Friday. That day was Friday. So she said, if you don't mind, I can go with him so that they will know what is wrong with him and deliver him from that. So it was about deliverance. So I was going because I wanted the deliverance. Though there was no fear in me that way, but I wasn't comfortable with what I was seeing. So when I got there, the prophet looked at me and said, woman, nothing is wrong with your son. He's a great man of God. That is how he put it. Instead of praying for me, he now appointed me. I said, go and pray for this woman. He said, my ministry just opened. Go and pray. As I reached, I lay hand, the woman fell under anointing. I don't know what was happening. I've never seen that kind of thing before. I've never gone for a prayer place before. I was born and brought up in a Catholic church where we don't go to all these kind of prayers, prophets. Do you understand me? But I grew up in a family that we pray. My mom taught us a way of prayer because she happened to be a member of charismatic with my dad. So we always pray. Morning devotion and night prayer is not. There are so many times we do midnight, so many times midnight, and we fast a lot. That was encounter. So I grew up with that encounter. When I was 22 years, so I died. I was in my room sleeping and my soul left. So I ascended, an angel took me. We got to a place. This is Hades, this is paradise. So between, I am not the one to make a choice. It is the angel that will carry me to wherever. So we go to a junction. Left is a way to Hades, which is hell. The right is paradise, which is a waiting place for saints. So that place was calm. I wasn't hearing noise, but it looked a bit endless, beautiful and calm. But this one, I was seeing smoke of fire. The flame of that fire burned the right side. I felt that burning throughout the day when I resurrected. But I'm going somewhere. I was hearing voices shouting, voices screaming, and the smoke of fire was reddish and blackish mixture. It was folding out from that place. That place was still found, but it looked like it's very close to me. Voices, endless voices. Why? I had billions of voices. I am telling you. But the right side, I didn't hear any voice at all. So I desired to go to that right side because I knew that place is paradise. But the problem here is that I am not convinced what, because before that time I am convinced that I was living right, because I hated sin, I hated fornication. I was in covenant with God that the day if I had any sexual immorality, if I fornicate with any woman, Lord, kill me. Only when I am ready for marriage. That was what I said then. On that account, the angel told me, where you want to enter. I have the desire to enter paradise. In fact, my death at that time was permitted by myself. I said I want to die because of the sinful. God began to open my spiritual eye. When I see you, I can be able to tell if you are a sinner or if you are a sinner. The angel told me, when you are about to enter, and if you enter, you will not be able to come out. That is when I knew what Jesus was saying in the parable when he talks about the poor Lazarus and the rich man. He was saying that happened in the Abraham bosom, if you remember that story. So the rich man was telling Abraham to send the poor Lazarus to go to earth and tell his siblings, his people, to depart from their sinful nature, that there is truly a place that is hell, that so that they won't enter this Hades that is very hot here. Then Abraham said, nobody that enters here that can live. I'm bringing something out. That is what brought me back to that event. This is my personal encounter. I don't want you to believe it, right? I'm telling you what makes me to become who I am today. Like the kind of zeal I have for Christ, I am ready to die right now. Like I'm not afraid to die because I have died before, so I know what afterlife is all about. So the worldly things doesn't move me anymore. That is personal encounter. Then the angel told me that you will not be able to come out if you enter where you are entering. So I become afraid. I don't want to enter hell. And at that point, I am very convinced that I don't know where I'm entering. It is your deed on earth that moves you to where you will enter. There is nothing like judgment that you will now come and they will bring one thing and say, we are judging you. That you now start to deliberate, negotiate, and beg them and say, please put me in paradise. Don't put me in Hades. Nothing like that. Everything you did here will take you to your destination. So that is what I learned from that encounter. So I become so much afraid. Now I have second chance. The angel told me that you can return back to earth, but because you have not finished, you have not done your assignment. But if you insist and enter where you want to enter, you cannot be able to come out. So on that account, I become afraid. I don't want to hate this. So there was a lot of burning fire there. I saw little. I didn't enter. I didn't even go close. But that flame burned throughout my body when I woke up that day. The entire day, my left side burned. So there is nothing to doubt. Now in this account, I later came back. I will not be telling you now how I managed to came back. These are encounters I had that gave me a strong conviction that today I can say, I said I will not commit sexual immorality. There is reason. Not because I don't like to commit sexual immorality. Not because I am not seeing pretty ladies. Not because I am not sexually, aroused. Not because I won't enjoy it if I do it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it before when I did it before. But because I have submitted to the ordinance of Christ. Because I have decided to do the will of God. Because I had an encounter. Because I am so convinced on that encounter. Nobody is going to tell me anything about the encounter I had. I am the one telling myself. God is not going to tell me anything about that personal encounter. He already showed me the encounter. He made me to have that encounter. He's not going to remind me. The encounter itself will remind me. I had a strong will to stand on my ground, especially when I'm doing the work of God. I had a strong will, strong conviction. I wasn't giving up. And I'm not going to give up. Do you understand me?